There's greater works. Remember that scripture. It says what? I tell you the truth. Anyone who believes in me will do the same works I have done, and even greater works, because I am going to be with the Father. The reality is there. Are you pursuing? You're talking about consecration right now. A right consecration is the one that is pursuing the perfect will of the Father. That's the right. So we don't sometimes say consecrate yourself. You say, let me go and lock myself up in the room. Right? Is that a right? Some way we look at it sometimes. Oh, I want to consecrate myself. And, I'm going to go and spend the next 3 hours, the next 4 days on the mountain, and I want to be there and just be with the Lord. Guess what? You may get to the mountain like this, and after 2 hours, the Lord will tell you, you see that brother that offended you, first go and buy him lunch. You see? If you do that, that's consecration. It's staying in the will of the Lord. What does the word consecrate mean? To set apart. That's what it means. That's what holiness means. Holiness is not, I don't want to sin. No. Holiness is what? To set apart, to be different. That's what it means. So the word consecration means to set apart. Set apart for what? For the will of the Lord. So when you said, I am consecrating myself, look at in the Old Testament, for example, when they want to dedicate maybe the priest and all of them and all that, they do what? They said, consecrate yourself. There's a reason for consecration. Consecration is not complete without a reason. Every time the word consecration comes in, there is something that wants to happen after it. It's just like go and prepare for something. That's what consecration means. So to keep our consecration, it means that we are always keeping ourselves, preparing ourselves for the will of the Lord. That's true consecration. It's not just to go and stay on the mountain and hide yourself there. That one is good too. Don't get me wrong. But when you get there, if God says, come down from the mountain, better go down from the mountain. Because if you remain there, you've lost your consecration. Remember what 2 Timothy says about that too, which is a good explanation for consecration. Second Timothy chapter 2. Or is it 1 Timothy? So, chapter 2. When it talks about in a wealthy house. From verse 20. In a wealthy home, some utensils are made of gold and silver, and some are made of wood and clay. The expensive utensils are used for special occasion, and the cheap ones are for everyday use. If you keep yourself pure, that's right at the word. You're looking for consecration. If you consecrate yourself, if you keep yourself pure, you will be a special utensils for honorable use. You see that? If you keep yourself pure, that's consecration right there. There's something that always precedes consecration. Consecration is not for you. When the Lord is setting you apart, sometimes you see the Lord himself is asking you to consecrate yourself. You just keep feeling there's a pull that you should leave everything. There's a pull that it's because there's something the Lord is about to do, and it needs you to be set apart. Now, there are some people that all their life, they have mastered always putting themselves in that position where when God needs something, he can easily get to them. And that's what Paul was telling Timothy. He said, if you keep yourself pure, let's look at this scripture in the KJV version. Let's look at the word he uses in the KJV version. This KJV? No, this is NKJV. This one says, it says, even if a man therefore purge himself from this, he shall be a vessel unto honor, sanctified. That's the word again, sanctified. All this word is mean set apart, consecrate, make holy, being pure, consecration, sanctified, and meet for the master's use. And meet, I like that word. And meet, you know what that means? And it meets the requirement of my Father. Let's look at what Revelation says. Revelation chapter 3. Revelation chapter 3 from verse 1. Revelation 3 from verse 1. It says, and unto the angel of the church in Sardis write, this thing saith he that had the seven Spirit of God and the seven stars. I know thy works, that thou hast a name that thou livest. No, please, let us leave livest and hearted. Let's go to the English that we understand today. NLT. Let's leave livest alone before I break my teeth. Write this letter to the angel of the church in Sardis. This is the message from the one who has sevenfold Spirit of God, the seven stars. I know all the things you do, and that you have a reputation for being alive, but you are dead. Keep going. Keep going. Wake up, strengthen what little remain, for even what is left is almost dead. I find that your action do not meet the requirement of my God. Now, this is works that the requirement does not meet God's standard. People don't know that God never lowers standard. God will never. I tell you, you can give all the excuse you want. You know why he will not lower his standard? He has given you grace to meet the standard. If grace was not there, then God would be unjust, asking us to meet a standard. Titus chapter 2 from verse 11 tells us that the grace of God teaches us how to be godly. That's what it does. Apart from the saving grace, the two works of grace, grace has two functions. One is it saves us, and the second is it teaches us. For the grace of God has been revealed, bringing salvation to all people. Verse 12. And we are instructed to turn from godless living and sinful pleasure. We should live in this evil world with wisdom, righteousness, and devotion to God. So the second work of grace is teaching us how to live a godly life and how to escape the sinful things. So this is why we have no excuse before God, because grace has been given to meet his requirement. No excuse.